slept well, looked decent, and was looking forward to the final part of the race. The road was full with small hills, easy enough to not be a challenge, and hard enough to keep it interesting. I'm in Gelibolu, made it to the ferry, barely. You know, like the cars are already getting off. Literally sprinted last kilometers. Damn, it was crazy. Also so much gravel, like at least 20 kilometers already. Crazy stuff today. After the ferry, there was a nice tailwind, and it didn't take me long to get to CP4. In this picture, it looks like I've been places, even though internally I felt full of energy and life. However, after CP4, I was definitely going places. Right, I checked in at CP4, which is great news. But what's coming next, honestly, like, really worries me. Because it's like 8 hours of no resupply. The parkour is really difficult. I mean, 100k, 8 hours. And I'll be starting it in basically the hottest part of the day. But I just don't see any other option. Like, I don't want to do it at night. And I don't want to waste basically a full day of waiting until the next day. So this is going to be for the bottles. All of this is basically food that goes in here. Yeah, because even if I make it through, I still might have to camp outside and then still do some more in the morning. And then these two will go. The wind is pretty strong as well. So these two will go behind the jersey, and these two will go in the jersey pockets. So this is like 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5 liters of liquid, which might seem a lot, but it's freaking plus 38 to 40 degrees on the road. So 5 liters just goes down like it's nothing. Jesus Christ, this wind. It's been, I don't know, 2, maybe more hours since I left the city. Everything's alright, just having something to eat and drink. Been some climbing, but the road's still paved. Now there's gonna be a downhill, and then all of the climbing starts. And there's all of the climbing of the parkour, which is really significant. And I suspect that's gonna be off-road. So yeah, so far it's been relatively chill, but that's about to change. The hard thing about riding off-road with a road bike is that there's no space to relax both physically and mentally. On the climbs and straight sections, you have to stay vigilant the whole time and constantly shift your weight forwards, backwards, and sideways to keep balance and not puncture over rocks. When descending, you can't accumulate speed otherwise your tires just skid when braking. You absorb all the vibrations with your body, and after a while, your fingers and other muscles just start to cramp. That's fine for a while, but for hours on end, this process spends energy that you don't really have. This parkour wasn't as technical as the one in Bosnia, but at this stage of the race, and with 1,300 meters of climbing, it took me almost 5 hours to complete these mandatory 59 kilometers. Yes. We survived the off-road downhill. And now it's road. Well, kind of patchy, boy, but road nonetheless. So far I'm actually pretty happy. Okay, I mean, look at this. What? Course 4 is done, and damn, that was hard. I was also getting cranky because I wanted to eat. Could really feel that I'm just getting irritated, but I also just really wanted to push till the end. So was repeating a mantra just like to stay focused, don't make any mistakes, because if I if I would have had a mechanical, I think morally that would have destroyed me. But I made it just as the sun set, like literally the last kilometer. I could still see where I was going, and now I have to hold the flashlight to record this video. So yeah, I just stopped less than a kilometer further to eat, and feels kind of interesting just to be almost quite literally in the middle of nowhere in Turkey. Even if I would come here on vacation, I can't imagine a single reason why I would be where I am right now. Doing what I'm doing right now. But I guess there's nothing to worry about. I mean, the night is super warm. So yeah, we'll just maybe go for an hour still, and then find a place to settle down in a hotel of 1,000,000 stars, aka outside. At the time, this dirty, forgotten sofa seemed like a great place to settle down, but in retrospect, it wasn't. Looking now at the pictures, it seems pretty obvious that this is somebody's home, because the satellite dish is still fresh. The fatigue had hit me hard, and at the time, I could only see the ancient sofa. I couldn't fall asleep though, and when I did, the person who lived here came back home. I jumped up, but he waved at me, said, "No problem," and just went inside. Does this count as support? You be the judge, but I definitely paid for it, because the day after was the worst in all of TCR, and I recorded just one video during the whole day. It's a bit past midday. I am absolutely cooked. It's just so hard to get going. Slept terrible in a 1,000,000-star hotel. try to push as much as I can, like before the heat ramps up. And now, I don't know. I know there's a way to stay positive, but my mood just has really spiraled out of control. And there's nothing really to, push it in the other direction. Because the roads are extremely I can't even explain. The scenery is quite boring. It's kind of the same. Like for the first hour it's like, yeah, this is cool. And then the next 15 hours are the same. A lot of climbing, which is fine if it's not 38 degrees. Yeah, and I'm just so sleepy. I'm fighting every minute just to stay awake. I just wanted to get this day over with. Was the road surface bad? Yes, but it was a road. Was there a headwind? Yes, but not that strong. Was the scenery mundane? Yes, but there's always something to find if you're willing to look for it. The lack of sleep was severely exacerbating my problems, and I knew I had to reset. I wanted to finish in less than 12 days, but more importantly, I wanted to finish with a feeling that I'm still enjoying this. I stopped in Bursa and had no idea if I could actually cover more than 300 kilometers with almost 5,000 meters of climbing on the last day. But I was willing to try, and I'm glad I did. Almost done with a climb that averaged something like 17% for nearly a kilometer. Holy smokes. It's almost like day and night yesterday. I feel happy. A few kilometers after this moment, it was over. There is no finished spectacle. Just a brief moment of attention where the organizers greet you with a round of applause and kindly ignore just how stinky you are. A finished photo and some questions from the media team. You still need to book a hotel, buy clothes, take a shower and eat. It will take weeks to fully process what has happened. This was my first TCR, and I finished it in 11 days, 22 hours and 17 minutes. Being the 24th rider to reach the finish and 23rd in the final GC. It often feels absurd to pour thousands of euros in this hobby, and I question my decisions all the time. But the experience, the emotions, the inspiration, and the race has cemented the feeling that I love ultra cycling. This is just the beginning. Definitely still eating way too much. Food comas every day. Istanbul is definitely a place where to eat too much food.